Good morning and welcome to Coffee with Tom and Joanne. I'm Tom Matthews.
And I'm Joanne Toronto. Today we are so excited because we have a great friend with us, Luke Bouman. And Luke and I, a million years ago, were featured in Realtor magazine's top 30 realtors under 30. Now, I'm not under 30. Are you under
Right.
30,
Do
Luke?
you see all this gray? I don't know if that's because I'm getting older. Maybe real estate's just a little stressful at times, but yeah, it's been a few years ago.
So Luke and I met through that network of agents that were featured with that honor. And Luke actually took the initiative a number of years ago to start a mastermind group that we've had some really, really good, useful, productive conversations and topics that have come up over the years. And I just wanted to bring Luke into our social circle here so that everybody can meet him. Luke, why don't you just start by telling everybody a little bit about yourself, where you cover, what type of real
Yeah,
estate you do.
sure. So I'm in Michigan. Hopefully you all know where that is. I jumped into real estate in 2006. So right out of college, right into real estate.
Same with me. Yeah.
Was that?
It was 2004, but yeah.
Okay. Well, 2006, I got in 2007. The market crashed essentially.
Right.
So it taught me how to work in market. I never really saw a good market. And being that young, people were like, why would we work with this young guy? So a lot of my time was just, honestly, it was just door knocking. I would pick a neighborhood and I'd knock on doors and I'd ask them if they were considering, selling their house or if they knew if any of their neighbors were. And I took a few listings. I got more laughs and doors slammed on me and dogs chasing me than business. But I think it taught me how to work and not be just used to what like people just calling in. Like it taught me some things and has really helped me over the years since then.
That's awesome.
What type of real estate? Is it all residential? Do you do any commercial?
Yeah. For the most part, we focus primarily on residential, and we're in Holland, Michigan. It's right on kind of the west side of Michigan, southwest side. It's very popular because we got, the beach and sand dunes and all that. If you've ever heard of tulip time, very few people have from outside, but we get like 1 million people that come to our little town every year for it's like this Dutch dancer thing and parades and
Cool.
a lot of tulips. So that's kind of the thing that makes it popular.
What's the closest major city center?
We're about 30 minutes from Grand Rapids.
Okay,
it's probably is the biggest. And then, if you're going we're 3 hours-ish from Detroit, Ann Arbor kind of thing. So we get a lot of people who are in Chicago who want to have a second home in Holland area because it's just outside the city. Prices tend to be a little bit less. And then you get people from Indiana, Detroit, Ann Arbor. But there's a lot of people who like West Michigan when it comes to be this time of year, they're all in Florida. I feel like half our town is in Florida right now.
That's nice.
So, hashtag goals,
Yeah. And so, do you have tell us a little bit, you have a team that's working for you and.
So it was probably 11 or 12 years ago. My assistant's in here, so she could tell me, but I hired my first admin assistant, Donna. She's been with me ever since then. And then it was a few years later, I hired my first buyer agent. And then I was at Coldwell Banker at the time, and I wanted to just be able to provide a little bit better service. And Coldwell at the time didn't really have a good team structure and a good team set up and office space. So I went with a new company that is just a local one. They hired some of the best agents in town, a little bit more tech savvy. It's called At Home Realty. I've been with them for 8 years, but I have 5 full-time agents. They do primarily buyers. So what makes us unique is I only work with sellers in our market. A lot of agents, it's they're running around with buyers or doing sellers or doing marketing. I try to have a piece for all that. So my main focus is just on the listing side. So if you were to buy a home in West Michigan, I would refer you to one of the buyer specialists because they're specifically trained on the buying side. We have the coaches for that. And then if they were to list a house, then I turn around and then that's my specialty there. And that it's for a couple of reasons, I will say, and I don't know if you're going to ask that, but one is just I do believe you can give a higher level of service if you specialize in something.
Agreed.
We did 175 deals last year. I did about 85 myself. So to know the good realtors, the bad realtors, the good lenders, bad lenders, the home inspections and what comes up and title and all that, we've probably dealt with the issues before, so I can better advise you on, how to handle a deal.
Right.
That was really the main reason, but then I also have 9-year-old boy-girl twins.
Ah,
And to be home and have somewhat of a normal life, like if I'm just doing buyers, it's a
yeah,
lot of evening, a lot of weekends.
yeah.
So for me, it's more of a 9 to 5, 8 to 5 kind of job, because oftentimes my seller will meet with me during the day.
Right, right. I think that's a great setup because one of the things that's really important to us, right, Tom, is that we formed this team so that we would not miss a soccer game, be
Right.
at all the swim meets, like go to ballet practice and all of that. So it's something that's really important to us is that family work balance.
Yeah.
But that's great that you have that set up. And then, so for people who come to Holland, Michigan, like what do people generally do for a living? What industries are people in? Is it a lot of remote workers?
There's a lot of furniture companies,
Oh, okay.
like the Herman Miller, Hayworth. I don't know if you've heard of those
Yep.
companies, but they're, worldwide
Right.
companies. There's some, Grand Rapids was famous for like Amway. They had
Oh,
like the whole, pyramid thing, but
oh yeah, that's
that's
right. My
where
mom
there's like
used
a lot
to
of stuff like,
do
the DeVos and Van Andels, they have a place on like Lake Macatawa, which is in Holland. So there's just, I would say it's a richer community. But one of the things that really has led to that, like we have really good schools
That's,
here.
yeah,
So
important. So people come for the schools and generally stay in the area.
yeah,
Do a lot of people work in Grand Rapids? The people who
there
are
are,
commuting?
yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of nursing stuff, hospital stuff in Grand Rapids.
Uh-huh.
But then it's, I mean, like any small town, there's got your mom and pop shops, but
Yeah.
there's just a lot of, steel businesses and car stuff. And I think there's an Amazon now that opened maybe 30 minutes away, but I don't know if it's actively
Right.
going yet or not. So
Yeah.
And
So
so you're located in Holland. Do you service like all the towns around you to do those transactions?
I do, yeah. So anywhere from
Okay.
here, Holland to Grand Rapids. And then if you're going south, it's like South Haven up to Spring Lake. So kind of along the lake shore.
Okay.
mhm,
And because we have that team, we can kind of better service.
a larger
Kind of,
geography.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
we have the ability, like if you wanted to see a house today, well, if the agent you're working with can't show it, well, then someone else on the team, can get out and
Just
cover
step
for
in.
them. I mean, that's really how we've tried to set things up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's great.
That's awesome. And then, so for people who are looking to refer your team, Holland, Michigan is your city center. What types of properties, like what's the lifestyle like? You
You
mentioned a
said
couple
what?
of,
Sorry,
what
you
kind of
said what?
what kind of
No,
lifestyle?
no, you said college, Michigan. Is that what you said?
I said like, so you said the lifestyle, there are a bunch of lakes.
Oh yeah. I mean,
And
if people like boating, I mean, there's a big Division III school here, popular, called Hope College.
mhm,
But yeah, we're all within Holland, and I don't know if it's 50,000 people here or 40,000, but
yeah. Did you grow
sorry,
up
I was
there?
all thrown off, and I say, can
Yeah.
you repeat the question?
Did you grow up in Holland?
I did, yeah.
Oh, nice. So your family's
So
there.
I
That's
grew up in
great.
Holland, and then I went to school at Calvin College in Grand Rapids,
That's
and
awesome.
then that's kind of the competing school of the one in Holland.
Yeah,
But yeah, have family, friends, and grew up here. So
great.
That's awesome.
Well,
That's
thank
awesome.
you so much for joining us today
yeah,
and
sorry,
chatting
I'm
about
fighting a
your
cold
business.
today too. Ugh.
If we have people moving to the Holland, Michigan area, you are tops on our list. And for anybody that's watching that's in Michigan, please reach out to Luke. We'll be sure to include his contact information and a link to his website below the video.
Thanks for having me today.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Luke. Take
Appreciate
care.
it. Yeah.
Bye.